Master trainer and certified health coach Solomon Pratt is in the building. Hope you all having an amazing Sunday morning. So we're going to get into it today. So today I'm going to break down how to build muscle and burn fat at the same time. So this is something that a lot of people have been talking about. They say, well, that can't be done. That's impossible. But it actually is possible. And I'm going to get into how you can do it today. And I'm going to get into the main things that people are doing that's stopping them from building muscle and burning fat at the same time. So one of the things that I see that people are doing wrong that it messes them up is they don't eat enough protein. And this is how you can have that to help you achieve your goal of burning fat and building muscle at the same time. So, one thing that people don't know is when you eat protein, it actually takes energy for your body to go and break it down. So, you get the best of both worlds. So, it's helping you build the muscle. Let's say that you had an amazing workout in the gym, and then okay, when you're in the gym, you're actually breaking down the muscle. So the rest and the recovery, and you eating properly when it comes to rebuilding the muscle is going to dictate whether you actually get stronger or build muscle. So by you actually getting more protein, you're going to be able to build more muscle. And since protein takes energy to break down, you're going to also burn fat. So so that's one way is for you to eat more protein. And then a calorie is not just a calorie. So you got to eat stuff, you got to eat foods and protein options that's quality that's going to help you to be able to achieve your fitness goal. I'll give you an example. So I like plant-based protein. So plant-based protein is easier for your body to digest. That's why I don't drink whey. I rarely have whey. I used to have whey back in the day. And one thing that we used to have, which is not as popular now, is a casein protein. So casein protein, I actually take that before I go to bed because what it does is it gives your body like a slow charge. So that's what I used to do maybe like about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. But now I just have mainly just plant-based protein, which I still like to also to get my protein from meat. And one thing that I do, which also helps me with not eating too much meat, is in the morning, I do not eat meat at all. So in the morning, perfect example, one thing I have for breakfast, I have a protein shake with a plant-based protein bar. So in the morning, I have protein, but my protein is coming from plants. So that helps me cut down on my meat consumption. So yes, so I want you all to drop a fire in the chat if your goal is to get stronger while burning fat. So okay, so let's go break this down. So there are two different processes when it comes down to you building muscle and burning fat. So definitely, when you want to go and burn fat, this requires for you to be in a calorie deficit. And one thing that people that they really don't get understand is the average American consumes 3,500 calories, no, 3,600 calories per day. So, so the problem is they're actually eating more than they think that they're eating. So that's one of the reasons why most people are overweight. So the average Black American woman is 5'4", she's 187 pounds, and the average non-Black American woman is 5'4" and 170 pounds. So that's a reason because they're eating more calories than they actually realize or they know. Or the other thing I realized is a lot of people who are overweight and unhealthy, they're not tracking their macros or calories. So if a person think that, well, I know what I'm doing, I know this, I know that. Okay, so if you know what you're doing, your results should show that you know what you're doing, or otherwise you don't really know. So one thing that I noticed that fit people do is they track their macros and their calories. That's what they go and track. Okay, so hold on. We got a comment from James. Okay. So hold on one second. Hello? This ain't the time. Let me call you back. I'm having a show. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so we got a comment from James. Okay, so I wish I had more time, but it says on my way to church. God bless you, and I'll tap back in Okay, I'm with you. Okay, James. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna upload this show. So yeah, so you can just check it out later on and think so. But yeah, but definitely. But one thing that would help is like how the meal prep would definitely help. So by a person actually just scheduling out the time that they're gonna eat, and then if you just put it on your schedule, that can make it easier for you to go and achieve your nutrient goals. Are you eating a certain amount of protein and you getting things done? So it's really about just prepping. You have to prep and you have to think ahead of time and you have to know where to go to get healthy foods when you're just period. If you just know where to go when you're hungry, it's going to stop you from going to McDonald's that's across the street like most people. So you just have to know where to go. So yeah. So okay, man, just you could just tap back in later on, James. So yeah. And also too, like this is important too. So okay. So to build muscle, it's going to require for a person to be in a calorie surplus for strength training. So you have to have a few extra calories to be able to build muscle. So definitely by just having a more quality meal and then you're also eating better foods, you're making better food choices, you're going to build strength and also burn fat, especially if this is something that you're doing now in the beginning. So, so that's the first part. So training is going to go and support you both ways. So when it comes down to you actually increasing your metabolic rate of you burning more calories, it's going to help you with that. And also too, this is the goal too. The goal is you want to have it that your body has more muscle on it. Your body, by having more muscle on your body is going to burn more calories even when you're not working out. So that's going to help you. Perfect example. Let's say that you have a fast car. Like myself, I got a Corvette. So when I drive my car faster, it burns more gas, and then our body is the same way. So by you putting more muscle on your body, you're gonna go and burn more calories even when you're not working out. Just like a two. The other thing is, which I'm gonna get into more later on, is okay, so one of the other pillars of building muscle and burning fat is for you to optimize your sleep. Getting when a person's getting less than 6 hours of sleep, what happens is you're reducing your body's ability to burn calories by up to 30%. And then you're also increasing your cortisol level. So that causes problems, which it makes it very difficult to lose weight. It's very difficult to lose weight when you're not getting enough sleep. So not getting enough sleep causes a person to gain belly fat, causes issues and problems. So okay, so the first pillar we're gonna get into strength training is you want to go and lift heavy and lift smart. So you want to prioritize resistance training. So you want to do at least about 3 to 5 days per week. Most of my clients, I have them to do 3 days a week. Because 3 days a week is enough volume that it forces your body to change, but then still it gives you time to rest, rebuild, still do other things. So 3 days works best for most people. And I also like that, which I'm later on, I'm gonna have a show about this though. I actually prefer to have people do full body workouts because with full body workouts, you're working your whole body. If you're doing compound movements, those are exercises that work multiple muscles at the same time, which is going to force your body to change fast because you're building more muscle. So you want to focus on doing the compound movements. Compound movements like squats, deadlift, presses, they both burn fat while building muscle. So you want to also focus on progressive overload. So you want to always be lifting a little bit more heavier, and then it'd be good for you to go and track how much you can lift. That's one thing that I do for my clients too. So on my private training app, I can see how many reps, how many sets that the client did. I can see how long their workout took. So the more a person can have data, the more better it's going to be regarding a person being able to get results and be able to track the results. And most people' problem is like they don't, when it comes down to setting goals, they don't set SMART goals. So let's go over SMART goals. So your goals have to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and also time bound. Yes, they have to be like that. So they have to be achievable. So most people, when they set goals, they're not specific. They're not. They just say something about, well, I just want to go and and just feel amazing. Okay, so how can you gauge, how are you gauging your progress regarding you actually getting results? So that's very important. So I want to ask you all this right now. So what's your favorite strength training exercise? I want you all to drop it in the comments. So I say for the women, one of the best exercises for building your glutes is the hip thrust. So the hip thrust is really good because it activates the glute muscle, especially as if you can get some progressive overload by using a barbell on your hip or even using booty bands, which I also make too. So the booty bands will help too because they can activate the glutes and also build it up and help you get more strength. So yes, it definitely makes a big difference. And which, I mean, squats are good, but squats aren't the best exercise for building up your glutes. So especially if you don't have enough range of motion. If you don't have enough range of motion, you're not getting the full benefits from the squats. Trainers have a saying that we call ass to grass squats. So if a person has enough range of motion, they can go all the way down and then they can get more glute engagement from doing those squats. So squats are really a leg exercise, not a glute exercise. But even though it still works the glutes, but squats work mainly your quads and your hamstrings. Okay, so now we're going to get into the second pillar of being able to accomplish your goal of burning fat and building muscle. So it's about having smart nutrition. So this is to help you with both regarding your goals of burning fat and building muscle, but protein is king. So you want to aim for at least 1 gram per pound of your body weight mass, and this will go and support muscle growth. So you can do something where, okay, so if you're a woman that weighs 100 and let's say if you weigh 170 pounds, and then I say you can make it easier for you because it's really hard for women to get protein. I would say just work on getting at least 100 grams of protein. One thing that I noticed though is most women don't eat enough protein. So they eat carbs, mainly that though. So they're not eating enough protein and then they're not eating enough quality protein. And then doing something only sometimes means almost nothing. So if you're eating a protein shake, or a lot of people did mess up by only having a protein shake the day that they work out. So if they work out once a week, they have a protein shake only once a week. So what happens is your body is not getting enough protein every day. So it's going to make it harder for you to go and build muscle and burn fat. So if you could just have it to be a routine where you can get your protein shake every day. Hold on, I got one of my protein shakes that I have when I'm out and about hustling and I don't have time to make a protein shake. I like this one plant-based protein shake by OWN. So this is very good. So this one has 32 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, and it has a whopping 6 grams of fiber and tastes delicious, and it has 0 grams of sugar. So this is a protein shake that you can buy it at they have it at Target, but Sam's also has it where you can buy a big box of it though, where you can get 15 of them. So and it's made from plants. So that's why I like it though. So it definitely makes a big difference though. So when a person can just go and just stick to the program and then make getting enough protein every day, because just having your protein shake just when you're working out, you're not going to get the best results, and then you're not going to feel satisfied. Having enough protein also have you to feel full and feel satisfied. So you want to make sure that you're getting enough protein. So one thing I say is I actually prefer people to have their protein shake in the morning, especially as if okay, just it's like our James. James, he's on his way to church. So this would be a good time for a person to have a protein shake before they go to church. So then they're building muscle, they're feeding their body. Let's say as if James had an amazing workout the night before. So it's all about your body being able to recover. So when you're in the gym, you're breaking the muscle down. So you want to have the muscle to be able to heal, rebuild, and grow. So, and also too, if you want to go and keep your protein high so it can prevent muscle breakdown overnight. So I want to ask you all this though. So how much protein do you all get per day? So if you don't track it, guess what? You need to start tracking it. So if you're not tracking, you're slacking. So, okay, so now we're going to get into the third pillar of how you can burn fat and build muscle at the same time. So yeah, so cardio, but it has to be the right kind of cardio. So I say if you focus on doing HIIT cardio, so HIIT is high intensity interval training. So this will help you be able to burn fat without killing your muscle. So yeah, so definitely that will help you a whole lot. So no long distance. You're running from was it from one side of town to the other side of town. So no, none of that though. So that breaks down your muscle too much. I'm gonna give you all an example. Have you all ever looked at the difference between a guy or a person who's a sprinter and a long distance runner? Think about it. The long distance runner, they're running for so long, they're breaking their muscle down too much. And then also too, this is the other thing that people don't know is it's like all that jogging. Jogging mainly works your calves and your hamstrings. So you will see a lot of times the people who do all that long distance jogging, they have these big ass calves, they have these big thighs, and they have these like little T-Rex arms, and it makes their butt so flat. So if you want to go and make sure that your glutes are nice and full, and then you have more muscle, you need to go and limit the long distance running. So sprinting is really good because sprinting works all your muscles and it works the glutes really well. And then yes, you can like do something where okay, you run as fast as you can for 20 seconds, and then you walk for like 10 seconds. Then you can do something where you're running for 30 seconds, you walk for 10 seconds. So that will just have you to be able to build more muscle and also just be able to keep it and still get some benefits of the cardio. This is I would say that this is one of my favorite ways of doing cardio is I like to go and use weighted ropes. Cross rope have these ropes that I have. Next time I'm gonna show it though. So the cross rope they have the 1 pound cross rope, which is what's it? The 1 pound cross rope is what is it's gray. It's gray. They have the 2 pound cross rope, which is black. They have the 3 pound cross rope. I forget which one. Which one is the 3 pound? I think what was it? Orange. So yeah. So and then So they have different colors for the cross rope, and then like the 5 pound cross rope is blue. It's blue, and then 4 pound cross rope is gray. So I like using the cross rope because it feels like you're lifting weights, but it also you're getting the cardio benefits. So your heart rate is beating real fast. So you're burning fat and also you're building muscle. Because I like how it feels like you're lifting weights, which really you are, but you're getting the benefits of the cardio. And one of the other ways that I like to do different cardio exercises, which it can help you, is let's say if you use ankle bands, which I got my ankle bands just like I'm going to put it in the description. The ankle bands, I like to walk in place with the ankle bands, and that also definitely helps you to be able to get some cardio benefits while building strength, or even to use the ankle bands while you're doing ab exercises. So let's say if you're doing bicycle crunches, it helps with that. So that's definitely something you can do that can help you with that. So you need to just cut out that long distance running. And that's the other thing that people don't know is when you're running outside on that hard concrete for long periods of time, that's really bad for your hips and your joints. So I definitely do not recommend that. So you want to go and limit the long distance cardio. All right, now we're going to get back more into the fourth pillar of being able to burn fat and build muscle at the same time is the sleep and the recovery. So this is definitely a secret weapon. So when you're actually, when you're building muscle, so it definitely is going to help you so much because then you have to get at least I see about 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, and it's going to help your body be able to burn fat and build muscle at the same time. So you have to manage your stress level. So cortisol is the enemy. So when a person is getting less than 6 hours of sleep, it releases cortisol. So cortisol makes a person's stomach big. So definitely, you want to focus on getting your recovery, and you can do different things to help you be able to improve your sleep. So you can do something that we call the 4-7-8 deep breathing. So you can breathe in for 4 seconds, like right now. 4. You can hold it for 7 seconds. and you can breathe out for 8 seconds. So doing something like that before you go to bed for 5 minutes, you can use your Apple Watch and put a timer on there. So that will definitely help you to be able to get better quality sleep. Other thing you can do is, which I love to do, which make a big difference, is you can go and get you a better performance pillow. So getting a better performance pillow will make it easier for you to get better sleep, and then you'll feel better. So definitely, I definitely recommend getting a better performance pillow. You can also get you a better performance mattress. And that's something that people, a lot of times, they don't think about, though, that makes a big difference. You're going to spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, so you might as well have a quality bed. So that recovery is amazing. So I'm going to also break down my bed. Actually, I'm going to do a whole session on sleep too next time. So once again, so these are, so definitely, so if you could just sleep more, that'll have you to be able to burn more fat without doing nothing. And then it'll also help you with managing your stress levels. So high stress equals more stored body fat and less muscle growth. Now we're going to get into the fourth common mistakes to avoid, is which this is something that a lot of women do. They eat too little, so they be starving themselves, and this kills your muscle gains. So okay, so and this is the worst part. This is the part that people don't know is when you when a person is starving themselves, okay, you will go and lose some weight, but the problem is most of the time, this is the part that people don't know, is you're going to be losing muscle and you're going to be losing water weight. So that's the reason why you see a person, man, I lost weight and now I look like a crackhead. So something like the women say. The reason why that happens is because you lost precious muscle. So the muscle shapes your body and has you to have a nice ass and makes everything sit up. And then just that, well, if a person is starving themselves, and that's a reason why it looks like their skin is falling off of the bone, it's because they lost a lot of precious muscle. So it's important to definitely get your protein intake up, and then especially if you're being in a calorie deficit. So you want to definitely make sure that you're lifting heavy enough. That's going to help you to be able to keep that muscle. And you want to also go and eat enough quality protein. So those are two secrets that can definitely have you to be able to, to just keep your muscle while you're focusing on burning fats. So, and then once again, so one of the other things that people are doing that's killing their gains is they're doing too much cardio and not enough lifting weights, or doing resistance exercises with bands or their body weight. So this leads to muscle loss, not fat loss. So yeah, so on the scale will say you lost some weight, but you actually lost precious muscle. So, and this is the common thing that you see, just that it's so many myths about people talk about how, well, if I lift weights or do resistance training or strength training, I'm gonna look like a man. And that's one of the biggest myths. So the women that you see that look like a man, those are women who take special drugs. They take special drugs to go and get their body to change like that, though. And then, so naturally, a woman's body is meant just to get strength. And the women that I know, or the women that I train, that they do the strength training, and then they do it right by focusing on what I tell them to do. They got a more fuller butt because the muscle shapes the body. So just having a muscle with a little bit of fat makes the butt look good, and the breasts are made up of mainly fat. But then having a little bit of muscle, we're having to go and sit up, and also too having more muscle, by it definitely by just keeping your stomach, getting your stomach more flatter, it's gonna make everything look better. So yeah, so definitely, and then so that's a common thing. So you want to go and make sure that's your priority is the strength training. So that's going to help you to be able to build the muscle, and also you want to have it that, okay, your body is burning so many calories without you even having to work out, or then even when you're not working out, your body is burning so many calories. So that's going to make it way more easier for you to go and stay lean, and that's what most people want. But still, this has to be a part of what you do. But most people, they look for any excuse not to go and just do any type of working out or strength training. But the diet is the most important thing. So diet, and now we're gonna get into the last part. This is the last common mistake that messes the people, and why most people, they don't get results and then they're not looking their best, is they're not tracking their macros, their calories, they're not tracking their protein. And if you're not tracking, guess what? You don't know exactly how many calories that you're eating. So, like I said earlier, the average person is eating 3,600 calories per day because they're not good at tracking their macros. And then for the most part, I think about whenever I speak to a person who's overweight, most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, they're not tracking their macros at all. So, so once again, so if you had it all figured out and you actually knew what you was doing, you had the results to show for it. So if you don't have the results to show for it, you need to just, check your ego, okay, and then work on, okay, so you need to work on doing what's required. So the people who are fit, I mean, even if a person is not tracking their macros, they're eating the same thing, so they actually still know a roundabout of how much that they're eating. So this is one thing that I do for my clients is I have a feature on my private fitness app where I have it that once a person log a meal one time, they can go and set it to be set as one of their favorites, and then they don't have to log it again. So they can just, in a few seconds, they can log their macros and their calories. So this made it super easy. So that's one thing that I do for myself is I do not, I like to just have my favorites to, and I eat the same foods that taste amazing. So I don't have to think about it. So I like to have it where, like, perfect example, for breakfast, I have my protein shake and my protein bar. I don't have to think about what am I going to eat for breakfast. I already know, so I can spend my precious energy on doing work, looking for clients, working a business. I can spend my energy on making content, not me thinking about what I'm gonna eat. So just by eating the same foods every day, that's definitely a cheat code, and that can make it easier. So definitely, but you have to be somehow tracking your macros. So you got to be tracking your macros, and especially if you're in the beginning, you need to work on just making it super duper simple. And then once you start getting some results and you actually know what you're doing, then later on you can work on being more advanced when it comes down to you eating all of these different type of meals, and then you got more leeway later on. But in the beginning, you need to keep it simple and you need to be tracking your macros and calories. So just stop trying to overthink it. Stop trying to think that, okay, well, I eat healthy. Okay, so you can think that you eat healthy, but okay, but the results show if you really eat healthy. So, all right, y'all. So, hope you all enjoyed this. So, cool. So, I'm gonna give you all some final takeaways. So, definitely, it all comes down to the strength training. So, you want to prioritize strength training, eat more protein, and do not overdo the cardio. And you need to prioritize your recovery. So, if you do that, that will definitely help you to be able to get some amazing results and be able to stay consistent easy. So, and if you are serious about transforming your body, you can go and comment the word help, and then I will reach out to you to see if I can help. If you all want to go and support my channel, you can go and buy my bands from solomonsfitnessworld.com. You can buy it from over there, or I'm gonna put it on the screen where you can go and click it there. So remember, God wants you healthy and fit, and the devil wants you to procrastinate and put it off and make excuses. Don't let the devil win. Solomon Fitness World is where strength meets elegance. And most people, this is the other thing that people need. People need them a personalized program made just for them and their lifestyle. So one thing that I do too, which a person habits, says everything about them. So when a person fill out my application, I go and see exactly what they need based off of their lifestyle and what they're doing on a regular basis. So I would design 3 habits for them to do, and I would make sure that they do it. And I actually have a habit tracker in my app. So what that does is that's how I can make sure that they do what they're supposed to do, and then this helps them build a way of how they can be consistent and develop a winning streak. So when a person can have a winning streak, so the key to having a winning streak is you want to go no longer than 2 days of you doing the habit. So if you can just keep going where you can get to about 3-4 weeks, then you can make it a habit. So this is how I can see and make sure that my clients are doing the habits that I personally designed for them. And I have a food tracker. So my food tracker, I give clients 4 different ways to go and log their macros and calories. So one way is I will make them a meal plan, and I make it so simple for them. And I got over 100 other options of meals that they can go and eat. So that's one way. The other way is they can just use my barcode scanner in my app. They can use that, and then they could just scan the barcode of the item, and then it would calculate the macros and the calories for them. And all that they have to do is just enter the portion size. They have to just enter that, or the grams. So that's way number two. The third way is they can just enter in the search bar what they had. So by them entering the search bar what they had, what that would do is that would go and pull up what they had. So most of the time it can pull it up. So they can enter in the search bar what they had, and they would just enter the portion size. And the last way that I give them is they can just go and enter manually what they had. So they can just go and enter what they had manually, and then this is how they can track their macros and calories. So I made it super simple for them. So like I said, so a person's eating habits is the most important thing, because I realized from me being a trainer for 12 years, I realized that the most important thing that people need help with is their eating habits and their nutrition. So it's not about me just watching them, I'm in the gym 1 hour per day, or me just training with them one day. So it comes down to the other 23 hours of the day and what they're doing. So I have it where on my private fitness app, I can see how much sleep that the client is getting. If they have a Apple Watch or a Fitbit, I can see how much sleep that they're getting, so I can also help them improve their sleep. So I will personalize it for them. So yes, all right, y'all. So I hope you all enjoyed the show. So if you all are interested in getting help, you can also go to SolomonFitnessWorld.typeform.com and fill out my application, and we will see if my program is a good fit for you. All right, y'all. See you all next time, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.